Hi, welcome back to GP Reactions. Hope you're well. Hope you're having a great weekend. And as always, thank you to everybody who has subscribed. Kind of really appreciate that. I kind of never really kind of envisaged that anybody would subscribe to me kind of talking about songs and reacting to songs, and so it's a really kind of nice surprise to have as many subscribers as I have. This is a part two of my challenge to kind of guess which episode this piece of soundtrack music is from, and this was kind of specifically chosen for me by somebody I know, and I'm going to listen to it, and it's from a series that I've watched. I don't think I watched every episode in this series, so just like the Battlestar Galactica, it could be a case that this music is from an episode that I haven't watched. And the idea is that at the end of this, I'm going to try and sort of guess, or at least kind of confirm that I know that this is what episode this was from. So yeah, this is Misfits, and this is the series was soundtrack was kind of composed by Vince Pope, and this actual score is called Simon and Alisha Forever. So I know these two characters. I kind of know their story, but I'm not sure if I would recognise what episode this actual score came from. So without further ado, I'm kind of really looking forward to this. I don't quite know what to expect because the music throughout this series was very varied, and there was a lot of stuff going on that you had to kind of take in. It's like drama, comedy. And I don't always kind of take in soundtracks anyway. I'm usually kind of wrapped up in the storyline. So yeah, let's crack on. Without further ado, let's click play. So I'm going to stop it there. I'm going to go back to the beginning. The other thing I should kind of like mention about this series, for anybody who has no concept of what Misfits is, it was essentially about a group of young people who kind of found themselves on the wrong side of the law, and because of that, they happened to end up carrying out community service together. And they weren't altogether different, but there's a couple of them who were very different poles apart from each other, and that kind of made for an interesting concept alone, without any of the other stuff that happens. There's a big storm, they all kind of get simultaneously electrocuted, and then because of this kind of weird storm that came over, people have somehow suddenly have abilities to do things that defy physics and logic. So it's a kind of like an anti-superhero series. Some of the people don't want what they've got, and I'll probably maybe explain more at the end. And especially if I can like find which episode this is from, then I'll kind of go into it a little bit more detail. So let me just wind that back a bit to the beginning. So I'm just going to pause it there. I was just kind of thinking about the idea of this song and this track. Just to kind of imagine kind of waking up one day to kind of find out you've got the ability to do something, maybe fantastic. And I guess the idea of kind of becoming a superhero is something that everybody kind of entertains at one point or another in their mind, as if these things were kind of possible. But I think in kind of reality, it's we can all kind of wake up, and I love the beginning of this song because it kind of starts off as if the sun's coming up and you're actually getting out of bed, and for the first time in your life, you actually feel like you're actually kind of capable of doing something, and you can become your own sort of superhero in life to yourself. And I think sometimes we all kind of go to bed sometimes and we think that tomorrow is going to be a better day, and this kind of feels like that kind of whole waking up. Even without actual superpowers, it's kind of possible to kind of feel this sense of hope and achievement for the future. And that's one thing that I kind of love about this track. I recognise a part of it. I'm still trying to kind of pinpoint the actual episode it's from, but I'm not sure. That kind of ended quite dramatically. I mean, that was Vince Pope, and that's a wonderful composition. I think anyway, the strings and you kind of really kind of got a sense of like drama throughout this track. As for the episode, I'm not. There's a segment of this which I remember as all of the guys, all the community service characters that were all stood on the top of a building of a community centre where they're having to work, and they kind of, I think it's at that point where someone says, so we're like heroes, and I remember the music kicking in, but I don't remember it being as long as this. So whether this is like an extended version of that very small moment, or whether this is something else that happens, I'm probably actually wrong. But I kind of really enjoyed listening to this. I've never really kind of taken it in before. The character Simon was very socially awkward and shy, and Alisha was completely the opposite. She was very kind of worldly, knowledgeable about the opposite sex. and completely disinterested in Simon. Although they were kind of friends, but then she meets another version of Simon from the future, who is kind of the completely opposite of the Simon in the present, and she sort of kind of falls head over heels for him. But he kind of tells her that I think he tells her that he's going to die at some point, and that the Simon in the present, she must kind of forge a relationship with him. I'm guessing that's what they mean by Simon and Alisha forever. But yeah, I mean, it was a great series. I'm kind of piecing together memories, so they might not be as it sounds. You know, sometimes we kind of remember series. I mean, this was probably the late. Was this in the noughties? So about 2007, 2008, perhaps. But so it was like wonderful comical moments in this series, especially from a character called Nathan. I can't remember what the actor's name is. Yeah, it's kind of a wonderfully written and balanced series. A little bit far-fetched, but I kind of love the whole idea of superheroes maybe being bestowed with a power that's something they might not kind of really want to have. I kind of urge anybody who hasn't seen this series to maybe kind of check out the first few episodes. It's very interesting concept, and it was almost an antithesis to. It was kind of like the opposite to. There was another an American series, Heroes. This is almost a British kind of parody of that, in a way, but slightly different story. Yeah, I kind of liked it. I really enjoyed this. I think part of his music I do remember from a specific end of an episode, but I'm sure that I kind of got this one wrong. Anyway, guys, I'm kind of really sorry to kind of be to be put in this kind of crazy kind of soundtracks onto you. It's not kind of what I usually do on this channel, but I thought it just might make an interesting change from just kind of general kind of rock, pop, prog, and etc. But yeah, you know what? However your comments go, just let me know what you kind of think about this track. Let me know if you've seen this series, because that'd be really interesting. Yeah, I kind of look forward to that. Look forward to reading them. But yeah, other than that, take care of yourselves now. I have more actions for you soon.